本节目由沃尔沃 EM90 北欧超豪华纯电 MPV 冠名播出。华为 MateBook X Pro 980克超轻 Ultra 9超强。
哎呦，挺好，完成了，终于，还是挺解脱的，也不是解脱，还是挺放松的。你看，前些天我纠缠了一个月吧，在脑海里这件事情，就是我们是把它想看得太重要了这件事情，还是怎么了？不知道。他当然会给我带来焦虑嘛，因为他的年龄，他那种巨大的名声，然后他那种全世界都认为的聪明，那可能都使我这变得更紧张一些。我已经到了纽约了，一出来吹到那个春天的那春季的那种纽约的那种风，还是有点凛冽的，就缓解了。我跟他见面那一刻或者1个小时，不是带着我对他的多么的理解，而是可能是我理解他的一个开始吧。哇哦，这儿有很多像伍迪艾伦电影里一些场景。Purple Rose of Carol。这是他的乐器吗？是他演奏用的吗？
不知道，可能是你问一下。
He's a terrific clarinet player, and just really, really good clarinet player.
我其实觉得他的电影一直都是在一些 stand up 的方式再去写，来消解掉很多问题。
Surrounded by the first edition, by all the great writers. What's the feeling?
All my friends.
Yeah. Friends, yeah. 他不让你紧张的，其实他本人不让你紧张的。我觉得非常 nice 和 calm。他跟你表明，一个人总是生活在自己的 comfort zone 里面，舒适地带，并没有什么问题。你总需要创造自己的时间，独自观察山茶花的绽放，在古老的剧场追问公理与正义的问题，于时代喧嚣的缝隙重又捕捉内心的敏感。你追寻往昔，却看到了未来。沉静之下，激情场意外涌动。在通往世界的途中，自我反而日渐清晰。人生恰如一段丰富的旅程，过万境，见心境。
他从家里走过来了，现在10分钟，我们就在这儿等着就行。
我不用去迎他是吧？
你就在这儿就行，因为外面反正也拍不了。
叫他什么呀 ？Miss Allen。
就伍迪吧。
这么接。Good morning, Miss Allen. Hi, morning. Wow, so good to see you.
In here?
Yeah, please.
Hello. Where would you like me? Here?
Yeah, please.
Whichever way you usually do.
Yeah.
Is that gonna be better if you see this side?
Where?
Which one you prefer? It's okay for us.
Here? Where?
This end you prefer or this end?
What? Whatever you like.
Okay. We prefer you to see here
You
because
want me to sit-
that's how we prepared.
Okay.
Yeah, how about the walk? I heard of you walked from your home to here.
Yeah, I don't live too far. So it was easy.
How about weather? You like the weather?
I like it today. But the weather in New York in general is not great. It's hot in the summer, cold in the winter, you know. But that's what it is in New York my whole life.
So you come here very often?
Yes, I come here every day. We edit.
So how about the process? Very smooth?
I'm sorry?
The process of cutting, process of editing.
Yes. What about it?
Yeah. I mean, it's very smooth, very a bit difficult now. I mean,
Editing?
Yeah.
No, editing is simple for me because I don't shoot many shots. I don't shoot a lot of coverage, close-ups. I shoot many what you would call a master shot with a lot of the action in. So sometimes I just put one master after another, you know, but mostly we edit quickly. When I finish filming a movie, it usually takes me 1.5 weeks, and all the editing is finished.
So quickly.
The whole film is finished quickly, yes.
So how about this one? I mean, the Coupe de Chance?
Say it again?
I mean, the new movie, Coupe de Chance?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's all in French?
In French, yes. I thought it would be easy. I don't speak French, but and I thought it would.
So it's easier for you.
Yeah. Everything sounds good, you know. So, but I thought it would be easy, but it was not as easy as I thought. It was a little more difficult because I didn't know the language, and the problems you face making a movie are usually solvable. Usually you can solve the problems. If you can't solve the problems, you don't die. You know, it's not life-threatening.
他不让你紧张的，其实他本人不让你紧张的，就他也不是兴奋的人，他非常的平静哈。要 push 一个 button， 他就继续说下去；再 push 一个，他就继续再说下去。我觉得非常的 nice 和 calm， 因为我们见到他的荧幕镜头都是那神经质的嘛，就是 awkward、social awkward， 就或者很那个，本人非常的平静。If you name 3 movies, the 3 titles are best in your mind, in your heart about your movie.
3 of mine.
Yeah. If you name
good
3.
or bad?
Bad. The bad.
Bad?
The good. good, the best.
I think Midnight in Paris was a very good movie. I think Match Point was a very good movie. I think Bullets Over Broadway was a good movie. Purple Rose of Cairo was. I think those 4 movies, were arguably very good movies.
So no Annie Hall, no Manhattan?
Yes, they were. I thought they were fine, but I thought these were better.
So which one is worst?
Pardon me?
Which one is worst?
Oh, I made some beauties. I think I missed The Boat with a movie I made called Another Woman. I tried, but I failed.
So at that time, Bergman is your hero in about movie.
Yes.
And now after 50 movies you have produced, you have direct. So do you feel you approach Bergman or still far away from him?
No, I don't. I think there are a certain amount of filmmakers like Bergman, Fellini, Kurosawa, the French filmmakers, Jean-Luc Godard and Truffaut and Vittorio De Sica, Buñuel, a group that are just a pantheon of great artists, great deep artists. And then there are all the rest of us. And, and we make films, for better or worse, that are some are very good, some are not very good, and but we are not as extraordinary as that group, and I put Bergman very high in that group.
So what's the critical difference between you and this group, in your mind?
Well, it's a difference between genius and talent. I have some talent for making films. I can make them, and many of them come out okay. But these people are geniuses. I mean, they're in the area of film making, they're geniuses. And that is the difference.
But many people think you are a genius too.
Yes, but they're wrong. I'm not. I have no. I mean, if you take my best films and you put them in a festival along with Kurosawa's best films and Bergman's best films, and you would see the difference right away.
But during your long career, so which period is the most creative period in your career?
I feel I've just been burning on a low flame continuously.
Keep burning.
Continuously. The periods of time. I don't mean every film was good, or because it's not so. I mean, if you go to see a movie of mine and pay your money to see it, there's a good chance that you'll see something decent. That you won't feel afterwards, oh, I'm sorry, I wish I could get my money back, I wasted my time. Most of them, I think, are decent films, but that's all. Interestingly, I have thought about the possibility of not making any more films, but not so much because it was my 50th, combination. And also a few things. One is it's always very difficult to raise money for movies. So, and I always manage to raise it, but it's always hard. And I don't know if I want to go through that process of this and that, or all the things we have to do to raise money. Because when I make a film, I don't let anybody read the script or tell me anything. They have to be willing to put the money in, and leave me alone. I'll give them the film when it's finished. There's not a lot of people that like that idea.
So maybe this one is the last one?
Possibly. It possibly is.
So with lots of regret, if it's the last one.
I regret where the film industry has gone. I regret that it's been co-opted so much by television. When I used to make films, when the film was finished, it would go into theaters all over America, and people would go and see it on a big screen, and it was a nice cinematic experience if they liked the film. But now you put it out, and sometimes it goes right to streaming on television. Sometimes many people watch it at home and don't come to the cinema because they can see it in their bedroom or their living room. It's not the same enjoyment, the same fulfillment that I had when I was first making films.
Yeah, I'm thinking of onion things. 你们就我一个人看吗
Can I help you?
How much?
It's $16.
16.
Yes.
Jake once said, sometimes the thought is closer to the truth.
我基本上睡了2个小时在里面。哎呀，我就看了10多分钟吧，我都在对。又很严肃，又不像那个伍迪·艾伦的片子里面说话那样的，然后我就一下就睡着了。就是你有时候你觉得他太絮絮叨叨说这些事情了，但那些絮絮叨叨好像永远有一种特别的魅力，让你好像仍然可以进去随他去感受一下。因为叫那个 Paris Theater 嘛，然后那感觉。就为什么让我想起德州巴黎那个电影？就我好像被遗弃在一个电影院里面，困得不行，然后一觉就醒来。哇！但我觉得这个电影院真好啊，你随时可以逃进去。
反正伍迪·艾伦以前就会这么就躲进电影院去。
对对对，我看他很喜欢，他是在 Brooklyn 吧，无数个电影院。所以我看着我还挺羡慕那个童年的，
I was always escaping into the cinema to leave the real world behind. The real world is a very unpleasant place. An existence without meaning. It's a freak of nature that we exist, and it's painful. And if you go into a movie house, dark, it's quiet. Cinema it's great. They don't get sick. They don't die. They make the right decisions. The endings are happy. Everything is pretty. The people are pretty. The locations are pretty. The sets, the costumes. It's very, that should be the way life is, instead of that being an escape.
You mentioned that in the purple rose, Cecilia. Cecilia is much more like your own self. You mentioned that?
Yes. It's a very nice life to live in. It'd be nice, like Cecilia, if you could walk into the screen and live there and never walk out. I started in cabaret, and then one day someone came into the cabaret and said, would I be interested in writing a film and maybe playing a little part in it or something? And I said, sure, and I wrote it, and they made it into a film, and I thought it was a terrible film, but the film was very successful.
Pussycat.
Very. And so it opened up doors for me. Suddenly, people said, well, would you write another script? Now I was saying, I'll write it, but I have to direct it because I couldn't let somebody else do to it what they did to my first script. Finally, they said, okay, you can direct it. And this was years ago. I made it for $1 million, which is extremely cheap today, ridiculous. And it was also successful. And then everything started rolling. I made films, people came to see them, they laughed, they liked them. I had more freedom each time. And so I was very lucky my whole life. I never had anybody watching over me or telling me what to do, and that's a rarity when you're dealing with other people's money, and the money is $20 million or $15 million or something. It's not easy.
So what's the inner motivation or driving force for you to do so many different things?
Movies?
Movies, yeah. What's the motivation? I mean, you keep doing it every year.
Because it's comfortable and pleasurable. People think that I work all the time. Not true. It's I write a script. It takes not that long. If I have an idea, it's very quick. If I don't have an idea, it's longer. But it takes a couple of months, say. I don't work very much, and when I do work, I'm doing something I like. I write a film script at home, and then I go make the movie, and that's fun. And it's a very short-lived job. It's circumscribed. It's 10 weeks, 8 weeks, 11 weeks, whatever. And it's a nice experience.
Sorry. 对，其实，在整个伍迪·艾伦的创作生涯里面，这种 talk show 这个 stand up 是非常非常重要的。
Guys, we're all here for him. The very funny, friend of everyone. Give it up for Bruce!
My name is Bruce. My Chinese name is Jin Yang. I named myself Bruce because when I was a kid, I was dreaming myself to be this super masculine type, like Bruce Wayne, Bruce Banner. But I end up skinny like this. But it's also weird to use a dating app and find your friends on that. Should I like them or dislike them? If I like them, I don't want them to feel like I really like them. Because most of the time, I don't like my friends. But if I got too many friends coming to
你什么时候第一次看到过伍迪·艾伦的 talk show？ 就是在视频上都行。就是、
talk show 嘛。如果说安妮霍尔那段里边有一段他讲 stand up，、那算的话，那就很早了。我就是可能高一那会儿看他的电影。
这么早啊！
我高中就特喜欢他。
为什么呢？为什么那么喜欢伍迪·艾伦？对。
我高中的时候没谈过恋爱，天天就看他电影就幻想。
他是你的恋爱的这个填充品是吧？
对，
替代品。
天天幻想那种小刺激的事儿，然后特别想来纽约上学。当然我就升学校就是一定要来纽约。
所以你是因为伍迪·艾伦来的纽约？
很多地方很多程度上是这样的。
吵着你了是吗？
上卫生间的你看，很大程度上有他的影响。
那你怎么评价伍迪·艾伦的 genius 的部分呢？就他作为一个创作者，他的天才是什么样的感觉？
我觉得他很厉害一点是他能够一直在他电影里创造一个他的世界，这点很厉害。从某种程度上讲，也来自于他对自己的生活的一种专注。他真的很不太 care 外面怎么着，但是他尝试这样去做。然后所以他的东西就很能融合他自己的各种特点。比如说他的电影就有很独特的 stand up 的感觉。很多时候他即使写悲剧啊，或者写一些凸显一些负面的情绪，它也是用笑话结构来展示的，所以它电影会一直都让人感觉很爽吧。
I was thrown out of NYU my freshman year for cheating on my metaphysics final. You know, I looked within the soul of the boy sitting next to me, frowned on that there. And when I was thrown out, my mother, who's an emotionally high-strung woman, locked herself in the bathroom and took an overdose of mahjong tiles. You know, jammed them down, and I was depressed. I got down over. Was in analysis. I was suicidal, as a matter of fact, and would have killed myself, but I was in analysis with a strict Freudian, and if you kill yourself, they make you pay for the sessions you miss. You know?
And I can make an audience laugh, but off stage, I'm a serious person. I don't mean an intelligent person or a profound person or a deep person. I'm just humorless.
But being funny is so important.
Being funny, yes, it is important. But to me, and I have this conversation, this debate all the time, I personally... Most people don't agree with me. I personally value the more tragic things above the comic things because I feel the comic things are always has one foot in entertainment and distraction and non-confrontational, whereas serious things, tragic things, is more confrontational with what is deep in life and meaningful in life. So if you see a comedy, it's wonderful and it's very entertaining and charming, and you can intellectually draw certain messages from it, conclusions or observations. But if you're seeing something serious, the engagement is more profound. I like very serious things, and I find them actually more entertaining to me. I was so successful immediately doing comic things that it was very hard to change at that time. Not because I didn't want to, but two things were operative. One is they didn't want me to, and they were not going to pay me or hire me to write tragedies. And the second thing, and also equally confounding, is I'm not as good at it. It doesn't come as natural to me. So I like to do it, and I try, and it's a struggle, and I work at it, and I'm more labored, less confident. Whereas comic things, I have no problem with. I don't care about anybody else's opinion or any standards. They said I set my own standards. I make my own rules. I feel 100% at home.
Sunshine comes and you Look at the light in the sky. And then you see your eyes shining bright together through the night. Romance is still alive.
现在做喜剧也好，做自媒体也好，或者做各种各样的工作也好，都是挺委屈的一个过程。像喜剧就是很委屈。
为什么觉得委屈呢？喜剧？
因为喜剧的创造过程很多时候都是我有一个很想表达的东西，但我不能说的太真实，我不能说的太过，不能让别人真的感到难受。我只能，但是必须是一个难受的东西才可以，是一个让我难受的东西，然后给它写成一个前提，我就简简说一下，然后瞬间我就要解除这个事情，我就要想尽我的办法说我的伤害为什么不重要？然后每一个喜剧的笑话都是这个样子，就那些让我感到难受的东西，为什么可以让你不难受？我的每个笑话的点都得是这个东西。
说得真好。你这个还帮助我极大的理解了伍迪·艾伦，
是吗？
对，他就是这样的嘛。所以那么 heavy 的事情，到他刚说一句，立刻就跳过去了。
其实我一直觉得他的喜剧生涯让他的性格出现了一种特别的倾向，就是他容易把很多东西就是压力都曲解掉。因为喜剧的方式就是说我给你个压力，然后我给你个 punch line， 然后消解掉这个压力。他就把他的人生，我觉得很多事情都是这个样子的。用分心的方式来消解掉很多问题。其实这种方式我觉得就很像喜剧的处理方式，我觉得已经成为他性格一部分了。
但还有一个，你那天跟我说到，你说喜剧是委屈的。
对，这个可以说一下。
可不又委屈，刚要说就被人打断了。
那哥的，
我真的觉得这个采访还能进行下去，真的是。
I have a question for you. What do you think about Woody Allen?
Woody Allen?
Yeah. Who's Woody Allen?
Who's Woody Allen?
The comedian, director, the very famous guy.
Wait, let me Google a picture.
Wow.
I'm better with faces than names.
Oh yeah, I'm curious. Yeah. Do you watch movies now? Or?
I don't watch movies, bro. I can't sit through a movie. Oh, this dude?
Yeah, this dude.
Yeah, I've seen him before.
Do you like his stuff or?
Yeah, it's cool. I just always thought you were just an old dude in the movie.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, just shit. Oh, it's gonna take long to load, but thank you for the Woody Allen information. I'm gonna go read up on him.
Okay, thank you. Have a good night.
我觉得你可以做很好的节目主持人的，因为他非常随机嘛，可以帮我完成很多事情。
但是挺好玩的，他都不知道，都不看电影了，现在。
真的很奇怪哈。
都不看电影了，现在是，他也没有多年轻。
其实如果能播的，可以很生动啊，太生动了。
Why? I believe in you guys. Massage the temple. Labins, you think too much. You think too much. Hey, what is that camera doing there? Ah! No! Oh. Stay home, stay safe. There's something in the air that's making people laugh. That's crazy. I think somebody leaked out a big giant tank of nitrous oxide.
It would have been better if I had waited till I was older, if I had stayed in school and not been so eager to go into show business, but had taken my education more seriously. So, there's no way of knowing. It could be less interesting. It could also be more interesting. It's possible that that I would have been a deeper writer, a deeper filmmaker. I didn't like school. I didn't like education. I didn't like reading, and I regret that. I regret also when I started, I wanted to be a very serious writer for the theater, like Eugene O'Neill or someone.
Arthur Miller.
Someone serious, yeah. But everything I wrote, people laughed at all the time. And they liked it. And they thought it was very funny, and I kept succeeding, but always wanting not to succeed. They're wanting to do something different, but and they would say, "Oh no, we're not going to pay you to do something different. This is very good. We want you. You made Manhattan. We want you to do another film like that. You made this. We want, So I regret that." I should, if I was a more serious person and better educated, I might have started my professional life on a different path and suffered people saying, "Don't do that. Be funny."
就他的电影不是我那么喜欢的，说句实话，一直。但是我又挺奇怪他说话的内容的，因为它里面会提到什么纽约书评，提到海德格尔，提到这个存在主义，就全都是纯知识分子的话题。哇！ Wow.
This is the first editions, And these are modern authors, 20th century authors for the most part, and 21st.
Jim Grass.
Alphabet.
Yeah, so many. Hemingway.
Hemingway is a favorite.
So what's your feeling? I mean, surrounded by the first edition, by all the great writers. What's the feeling?
All my friends.
Yeah. Friends, yeah.
We get a lot of collectors. We had Michael Jackson as a customer. He would just come in with his limousine. People would see... Yeah, big car. People would see the limousine parked outside, and they would come in to see who it was. And he had a bodyguard surrounding him. But if anyone wanted an autograph, the bodyguard would take a piece of paper and hand it to him. Who couldn't come near him.
So Woody Allen also come.
Yes.
What's your impression on him?
No impression. And of course, the most popular person who comes in now is President Clinton. He comes in to go shopping, mostly at Christmas time.
So what's Mr. Clinton's book list? What was the list?
He is omnivorous. He buys and reads everything.
So for you, what's the golden age for the bookstore in New York?
It changed over the years, but it was always a good time. I think right up through the internet.
Yeah.
The internet was good and bad for the book business. It gave us customers all over the world.
Yeah.
On the other hand, books were not so hard to find as they used to be. You can find anything you want on the internet.
The book's not central life for people now.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's coming back.
Come back?
Yes.
So you're very optimistic.
I'm optimistic about the future.
Why come back?
Why? I think younger people who only read on the computer find it's charming to read books.
It's a new thing for them.
You know what else? All the books on the computers are now being changed. They're changing the language. They're eliminating what is now a bad word. In the past, it was not a bad word. When you have a real book, it doesn't change. It stays the same.
So, I mean, in 1970s, 60s, 70s, all people talk about New York intellectual. Now nobody talk anymore.
Oh, where are the intellectuals now?
Yeah.
If not in New York, where are they?
So from your perspective, how to define New York intellectual?
Someone who reads.
So simple. So simple. Your movie, last movie about Manhattan, about New York.
Oh yes. I always had, first, when I was younger, a very romanticized view of Manhattan. The Manhattan of before I was born, I always think of as just the most glamorous place and a very exciting, charming place. There was always everything going on, painting, art, publishing, finance, journalism, architecture, filming here, everything. It was really, really tremendous. You know, in New York, you walk down the street, you pass 100 people. This one is in business on Wall Street, and this one works from Argentina and the United Nations, and the next one is a movie star, and the next one is someone who works in a coffee shop who's, I mean, it was so exciting, all walks of life. Now, the city is only rich people and poor people. You know, it's... Now, of course, at this point in time, it's at a real low. This is the lowest I've ever seen it in my lifetime. There's too much garbage, too much crime, too much traffic, too many bicycles, which I really think is terrible. The city is going through a very bad time. I think it will eventually come out of it. I don't think a city like New York, which I put in a class with Paris and London and Rome and the great cities that I've known, will stay down. I think it will revive, but probably not in my lifetime. Excuse me.
其实我觉得人还是被时代所塑造了，很大程度上。他身上为什么特别有趣嘛？他身上有很多时代的这种 dimension 的展示。其实他经历了60多年，基本上一个美国流行文化的一个变迁的历史一样。他在里面始终扮演一个存在的一个角色嘛。而且它勾连起完全不同的这些领域嘛，所以这背后，如果你回不到70年代那种精神，或者你就不太容易理解那个安妮霍或者是曼哈顿这样的电影。我觉得后面那种时代的气息，就我们，而且不仅时代气息，这种地域的曼哈顿的气息，我觉得他是把这些气息可以非常好的转化成他的作品的这么一个人。比如我在纽约多待了两天嘛，你就当然会更理解他作品中的这些东西，因为他周围这些东西就在空气中，你还是能够感觉到这种关系的，就他和一个 place 的关系，和一个那个时代的关系。而且我们这代70后对纽约也有 fantasy， 我年轻时候也想在纽约能够证明自己啊。我现在这种冲动就弱了很多吧。
The winner is Woody Allen for Annie Hall. And the Oscar goes to Woody Allen, Midnight in Paris. Congratulates Woody Allen and accepts the Oscar on his behalf.
I never joined the Motion Picture Academy. I never joined any clubs. I never carry an umbrella or wear a ring. I just, you know, I never lived in Hollywood. I never was friendly with other directors. I mean, I know them, many of them I met, and I like them and they like me, but I never go out with them for dinner or socialize with them. I don't know you know, Scorsese lives 2 blocks from here, and we never ever have dinner or see each other. I love his movies. He's very complimentary to me, which has nothing. I'm not aloof or arrogant. I've just always been off by myself with a couple of people, and they're not in show business. So I'm happy to be an outsider.
Okay, let's see.
I love it.
You hear the clarinet in there?
Yeah.
That would have been Woody Allen's part. It was in 1976, I think. And we were only 20 years old or something. And we heard that he was playing clarinet that night, and it was his birthday party. And we somehow, my brother and I and a couple of other people, we somehow got tickets to attend Woody Allen's 40th birthday party. So there, he loved Woody Allen so much. So I said, don't bother him. Don't go up and don't go say hello. I was like, let's just leave the man alone. But my younger brother, he's like, no, I got to meet him. So he ran up to the front, and you know what? He wasn't afraid, and Woody Allen was very gracious. He shook his hand, and he gave him an autograph on a napkin or something, which my brother to this day still treasures, So that it was just a fun night. And, he's a terrific clarinet player, and just really, really good clarinet player.
So
maybe he could have even had a career as a jazz clarinetist, but, he made movies instead. Yeah.
是小山是哪边？那边吗？还是那边呢？哎，这儿，我们应该在这儿，不是这儿吧？那边吧，还是那个吧？对，那个吗？那儿吗？今天带一份报纸是昨天《纽约时报》，然后正好是对他生平的一个追溯嘛。咱们先说带我去走一走嘛，因为他不是其实也在给我看看他怎么去这个 fishing the sound 的嘛，去收集这些声音。所以我们沿着那条路一直从他工作室一直走过来的。我觉得既是亢奋的，又是蛮闲散的、悠闲的，然后在街道上面，在河畔边上，它也有点漫无目的的。 我印象最深的是那个有点漫无目的的那个情绪，而且对死亡的迫近对他对人生的态度其实也发生挺多的改变的，所以他会对自己的青年时代产生重新的理解嘛。他跟我们说他非常不喜欢年轻时代的自己嘛，他那时候其实无处不在，是个 superstar 嘛，到晚年他的性格发生很多的变化，所以可能对于伍迪·艾伦来讲，死亡也是他越来越要面对的一个主题吧。Do you think now maybe you are in the last chapter of life now?
I'm sure.
So what's the feeling?
Nothing. I do everything the same. I mean, I get up in the morning and I exercise and practice my clarinet and write, make a film, go for a walk with my wife. I do everything the same. Now, it's possible that I'll walk out of here and drop dead on the pavement, in which case that's it. And as I say, you're not missing anything. You don't have the feeling of missing anything. And they said, would you like to live another 100 years? I'm not so sure that's such a wonderful offer. That it's a big bargain. I don't know if it's worth it. Einstein said, you go around once, and once is enough. So I feel that way too. Renders life meaningless, that it's a terrible tragedy for the people that are left that miss you, but it's not quite as scary. You lay there quietly in your grave, or you're cremated, whatever, and you're totally oblivious. If you've ever had a colonoscopy, they knock you out. You're asleep completely, and they wake you when it's over. But you're out. When you go to sleep at night, you're out, and it's fine. You're not someplace where you're missing people, or you're left out of anything, or you're catering to your separation anxiety. You're just oblivious. You don't exist. And the way things are, you find out toward the end of your life, it's not so terrible not to exist. That existing is not all you think it is, what it's cracked up to be.
In this kind of meaningless world, I mean, you said the world is meaningless. How do you deal with the world?
The only way that I've found to deal with it is to distract yourself from the reality. If you sit home and you're facing the reality of what the world is, it's hard not to become depressed. And frightened and depressed and anxious. But if you always distract yourself, you watch a movie, take a walk with a friend, work on something that like a movie that has many problems, and you have to think of those problems. So you're not thinking about your situation. And to the degree that you can distract yourself, you're okay. You can, not think about it. And the trick is to try not to think about it, because thinking about it only leads to depressing thoughts. So certainly in my case. So I distract myself, and I think many people distract themselves in different ways.
So when did you realize life's meaningless?
Oh, I realized at a very young age. I mean, I was
how early?
Like 5 years old. I mean, I
kid.
I thought I had a very, I was raised. My family was kind of religious, not really religious, but half and half, and I could see right away that that was silly and that had no answers to anything, and that I could see that as a little boy. And as I grew up, I could see that it was, as I got older, you could see that it was, you existed, by just some chance when the odds against your existence were astronomical. There are many oases of joy in life. You do have a moment of great joy, a moment of pleasure or love or excitement and fulfillment. But in the end, you lose. As long as you like to work, as long as the work is fun for you, then it's fine. Then you're okay. I'm willing to make any idea that I think would be good, and you put it out, and either people like it or they don't. But if the fun is in making the movie, then it doesn't matter. I have a very good time actually making the movie. I hope that the people who see it enjoy it. That makes me happy. If they don't enjoy it, nothing I can do. I make the next movie, and maybe I will enjoy that one.
So work is also a way to escape from the meaningless world.
It's a way to distract yourself from the terror of life. And that's how it is here. You have moments of exhilaration, but in the final analysis, everybody winds up in the same place. With the beautiful people and the rich people, winds up finally in the exact same place that the poor, less charismatic people wind up.
伍迪·艾伦像一个不断在拍打水面这个浪，一直在拍，都拍了60年了。我反而越来越喜欢他身上那个轻吧，而且我越来越尊重，就是 appreciate 这个 distraction 这个意义价值。我以前会非常的不屑的，就是他跟你表明，一个人总是生活在自己的 comfort zone 里面，舒适地带并没有什么问题，不是一定要突破舒适地带的，干嘛呀？我瞎较劲干嘛呀？是吧？你在 comfort zone 里面，你也可以持续的创造呀，并不是说一定让你 uncomfortable 才是创造吧。Time's up. Sorry, I want to ask, but time's up. But so interesting.
Can I see this book for a minute?
Sure. Could you sign for us?
Oh.
好。So last one, your new book.
Oh, is it? Oh, this one's in English.
Yeah. I just bought it. Thank you so much.
I'm glad to. Thank you for coming out. Do you leave and go back to China now?
Yeah.
It's a long airplane trip, yes?
Yeah, long, very long.
Yes. See you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Glad to do it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to speak to you soon.
Well, that's about it for me, folks. Goodbye.
Also, in the book, you said you are a person lack of curiosity. You want, yeah. But you keeping to searching so many things. I mean, keeping doing movie.
But I'm not curious. I was just talking to my sister this morning, and next year she said, "Oh, I'm going with my daughter to Egypt. I want to see the pyramids." And I said, "Oh, I can't think of anything more dreary." I said, I see a picture of a pyramid. I see a pyramid on television. And so I see a real pyramid. And yes, it's great. And then I go back to the hotel room and my life is, it doesn't mean anything to me. I see pictures of it, it's just as good. I'm just not a curious person.
But you are so curious about the Manhattan. You try to search the mood, the change of Manhattan. You're curious about the relationship, but you're curious about this kind of things.
I'm not really curious. I write about it. And I write about it because I know about it, because in the daily life, I'm home with people and I see you fall in love, you get disappointed, this person's getting divorced, this person just met a wonderful person. So that's something I know about, so I write about it. But I'm not curious. And, I'm lazy that way.
很少有人能拒绝奥斯卡的邀请，他几次获奖提名他都不去，他怎么就能做到拒绝呢？
对，我觉得伍迪·艾伦可能有他自己的一个创作的，包括生活的一个节奏，他更愿意按照自己的节奏完成。所以你看他拍了50部电影，然后非常高产，他很尊重自己的节奏和自己的感受，他就专注在自己的那个生活的范畴里面。然后其实我觉得，不管对一个个体来讲，或者甚至一个组织、一个品牌，各种能有自己的节奏，也是非常的。让人敬佩的吧，比如说沃尔沃吧，我觉得比如他对安全的这种对他的一个信念嘛，他最早安全带就是他发明的嘛，他认为生命本身是高于其他各种所谓的利益啊或者别的东西，所以他安全带这个专利它是很快是开放的，它开放给所有的制造商，所以它得到很快的普及，我觉得他后面是一个他的信念嘛。然后到此刻，比如说电车变成一个最重要的一个竞争的一个方向和趋势，它也仍然有它自己的节奏。
对，包括 EM90，就每一次坐上去，你就能很沉浸的立刻感受到那种细节带来的享受。一个指令啊，你的座椅、你的灯光都会立刻调试到很舒服的状态。
对，我觉得其实我觉得。个人也好，组织也好，他其实每个人都应该有一些自己的一个基本的思考的一个框架吧，就面对世界的一个框架。你可能对沃尔来讲，他要问一些基础问题，就是这个新的发展是不是，或者新的技术也好，或者新的变化也好，是不是消费者本身真的需要的、真的需求的？他是不是真的对 社会的整体是有它的提升或者它的益处的。不仅是新的，而且是更好的一种体验。它也没有急于去推出一定要新的品牌，它仍然按照自己的方式来一步步往前走。有时候看起来走得更慢，但有时候它会走得更坚定，然后包括更持久。它的道路会更清楚，然后包括会更镇定吧。